Also crouch cam. Yes. Game audio, the main menu is fairly low. I tore the label off. Come on. We can't hear me. Okay. Why not? No. It really should be. Oh, what the hell? Why wouldn't it be? My mic is going through on the stream. It is. So it isn't my end. It's mumble. I can't hear you in mumble. Okay. That's really weird. Do I need to register? Still can't hear. Apparently not. That's really strange. Oh my god, please. Please, stuff. Work. Okay, if I'm not actually going to... Okay, oh, there has to be a way that I can get it to work. I'm gonna disconnect from Mumble and restart it real quick. And I'm gonna disconnect from Mumble and restart it real quick and see if that makes it pick up. Or not. Whoa, I heard something.
Okay, we should be live again at least.
Alright, I don't know if you caught that, so he's gonna try and restart and fix it.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll set up the text while he does that.
Oh my god, I shouldn't have done that.
Maybe you can talk a bit about the incentives coming up?
Yeah, I was thinking about just doing that. Stream can hear, right? So, there's no particular specific incentive for Vanquish, but as always, if you donate $25 at any point in the marathon, you will be eligible for the grand prize, and we have two of them. We have an AB Famicom set and a Hori mini pad for the N64, and that actually comes in your choice of color. Really great controller, Smash players love it. It's good stuff. Right, we did manage to meet the soda incentive for Vanquish, so he will be playing that with the soda in his hand. There's an incentive for the next run we're having, Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi by Edenol. The run is any % on easy, but we could make him play on Jedi difficulty for, let's see, how much do we need? We need about $80.67 to make that happen. So we greatly bump up the difficulty and make Edenol's life suck for about $80. It's probably a good deal. What else do we have coming up?
Welcome back. Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us now? Wonderful.
Can you hear us now?
Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. I have no idea why it didn't work before.
As long as it works now.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me go ahead with the audio check then. See if it is all good on stream.
Alright.
So you guys keep talking, please.
Keep talking, saying the words.
We good on stream?
Mm-hmm. Spinning kills you.
Yeah. If you
Alright.
suffer from motion sickness, I'm not sure this is the run for you.
No,
as
this is
entertaining as it is.
This is not the run for you if you suffer from motion sickness. That is very true. I would not recommend it. So, just let me know when we're ready for me to like do a little intro, I guess. I suppose I can do that now if the audio is probably good.
Okay, I think we're good. Just in case, turn your game audio down a little bit.
Really?
And I think we're... Yeah.
For when the explosions happen.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's a little loud in the music, or in the menu, and you said it was a low volume menu. So just in case.
A Walmart mic. Is my mic like really bad on the stream or something? That's really strange.
I
Anyway.
think it sounds okay.
Okay.
It sounds fine on mobile.
Sounds fine on stream.
Okay. Anyway, I'll just give a short intro here. I do normally play this game primarily one-handed, although I would normally be bracing the controller like this. So Soda Percent is just a fun, gimmicky way to make it truly one-handed. I tore the label off to give you guys more fun, more pun opportunities on names of soda. And I believe that's very important. In any case, this is Vanquish. It is basically the most Japanese third-person shooter in existence, despite being about Americans fighting Russians on an American space station.
Sounds Japanese to me.
Yes, very Japanese. But whenever you are ready...
Yeah, I'm ready. Give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
Vanquish.
Alright, so when you couldn't hear us before, I actually did ask the question what kind of soda you would be holding, and I was saying a Diet Coke, and Seth was saying
I'd like a Coke first.
a regular Coke, and a lot of people in chat wanted the Dr. Pepper.
I see, Dr. Pepper would normally be my choice, but I'm planning to go to bed after this run.
Oh, can't have the caffeine.
Exactly.
So what kind of soda are you drinking?
That should be a mystery. It's one of those, you know, citrusy lemon lime things.
Donate to find out.
So, Scent and Soup, what are your guys' opinion on puns?
I don't know. they're not usually great.
Oh, dang, because I love puns. And you see, one of the last marathon runs I did, the chat and the donators were extremely punny during my run, and it just made me very happy. And I would like to challenge the viewers of JRTA Marathon to donate with donation comments with puns related to the run. To try and be even more punny than Seamergency was.
Well, that sounds like something we should definitely do.
Certainly. I mean, alright, so most people would tell you the main plot of this game is that you're on a space station that was taken over by Russians and their robots, and you're trying to save a scientist that designed the space station. The Russians had used the space station to basically nuke Los Angeles in a more microwavy term. And yeah, you're there to save the scientist and take back the space station. However, the main real plot is the love between Sam, the character you are, and Burns, the big burly guy I was just near. It's such a true bromance, and I mean, you won't really know it just from watching the speedrun. So I highly suggest someday that, you know, you play through the game yourself and experience the such pure love. And that's why I don't want you all to know the type of soda it is, because that does limit pun potential.
Does it limit? Ah, I already messed it up.
No!
The puns are dead. GG, go home.
Alright, so this is actually one of the harder missions to get everything right in the speedrun, just this early mission right here. Because there's just a lot of stuff to do with that drop ship that just flew by above my head. And it's got specific timing associated with it that I need to try to make the cycle. Uh-oh. Okay, we should be good.
So, I mean, before things get too punny, would you describe the movement in this game? Because one of the reasons that we really just kind of fell in love with this game is, you know, we saw it, we'd heard some things about it, it's kind of a crisis in space. Oh, and there's jet boots. Okay.
Jet boots, rocket needs, booster pants.
You see the first, 20 minutes of the run that you spend almost entirely sliding around on your knees like an idiot. We were just enthralled. So if you could explain the movement.
Oh yeah, so you are wearing a special suit designed by DARPA called unfortunately the augmented reaction suit, which for more pun potential is also called the arse because of that. So you're wearing an arse. And it has a boost meter. This meter you can use to basically slide around. One of the big things that's important to the speedrun is that if you are boosting starting at one angle and then holding 90 degrees away from that angle, you actually go faster. I call it drifting because that's basically what it is. So you'll pretty much never see me boost facing straight ahead. Alright. Now, explaining movement is kind of difficult. There will be things that I'll mention later about the movement as well as it comes up, because there's stuff you do with attacks instead of just straight-up movement to go fast as well, when you're waiting for the boost to recharge, etc. Oh no, I got slow mode. So if you get hurt too much, you get forced into slow-mo, which drains all of your remaining boost, and you're going to overheat and have to wait for it to fully refill before you can boost again. So you want to avoid taking too much damage, and that's what happened here. Yeah. So this part of the fight here is actually a little bit of luck. There's a few things about it that are kind of luck, but first of all, his face, which I'm about to shoot, is, it's a little random if you can actually... He was very nice. Sometimes it, wiggles a lot and you don't get the shots off, but he was nice. And these beams that are going to come out of the core go in random directions, and if you get hit by it, you don't get a one cycle. And we just skipped a QTE, which saves like about a minute of time.
So what I'm getting out of this is Vanquish is a game where you use one hand and your arse to shoot robots in the face.
Yes.
That sounds very Japanese.
Lots of robots in the face. If you're not playing one-handed, you're doing it wrong. This is evidenced by the fact that I have world record.
Is the record one-handed?
Yes. It is one-handed. Oh man, I love that pun right there. Streamer is a QTE. Ah, so good. Jeez. I kind of messed up some movement there. But anyway, your melee attack is actually based on which weapon you have equipped. And the assault rifle does like this neat little two-punch that goes pretty fast. And melee attacks do not cost meter to move. So while I'm waiting for meter to recharge, I will often do a melee attack instead of boosting. And one downside to this is that if you do land the melee attack, it's an instant overheat as far as that goes, which can be a problem. And the melee attack actually locks on to any nearby enemies. You have no choice. If they're near you, you will punch them. There's no getting around it. So you actually have to space out your melee attacks very carefully while moving. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time. In multiple ways, multiple terms. Oh man. Shooting stuff feels good.
So, right, you punch for movement, but the goal is to not hit it.
Yes. You will use the melee attacks for actual damage at certain points, but yep, we punch for movement. Which is pretty badass. I like it, you know, punching to go fast. It's pretty manly.
So what's the weapon variety like in Vanquish? Are we going to see a lot of different weapons, or?
We are going to see a pretty decent variety of weapons. The shotgun is going to be the main damage dealer to larger enemies, but I haven't fired it once yet because of how the upgrade system works. Now, how that works is when you pick up a weapon that you already have, fully in stock, like full ammo, you get a partial upgrade, a third of an upgrade. So you pick up a weapon 3 times, it upgrades. So I'm avoiding using it until I absolutely have to, so I get more upgrades. You also get upgrades from picking up the green cubes that have been dropping around, or upgrade chevrons. And upgrading the shotgun to a certain point is actually very important to the run because after 5 ranks it increases its firing rate by 25%, and then at 10 ranks, which is max, their firing rate is increased by 50. Now, right now, we're using pretty basic stuff. There are some neat weapons, like a lock-on laser that you'll see later, and a big energy ball that goes through walls, but mostly it's going to be the kind of standardish fare as far as the type of weapons that I use. Which is a little unfortunate. There are some unique weapons that we do not get to see. So we are actually picking up the lock-on laser now for the next mission. And there's one of those upgrades I was just talking about, which is very nice that it dropped. Okay. Oh yeah, and rocket launcher. Rocket launcher is the other main weapon that we use, which is very fun, but we don't get to use it too much because it has very little actual ammo to be used. Oh wow. I actually ran out of ammo for the turret. I've never had that happen before.
So from the sound of it, you spend the run pulling upgrades out of your arse.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Come on, chat, please, give me some material. I'm dying out here.
If you do want your pun to be on stream guaranteed, you do need to donate.
If you donate a pun, I'll read it.
Better. I will be very sad if you do not. Okay. So these enemies don't actually need to die. This is sort of a interactive loading screen for the next section right now, and so I was just picking things up that would be useful to have. So.
And slowing down time like that doesn't affect the loading at all?
It does. That was a forced one from taking damage because I was being greedy about picking things up instead of actually playing the game well. Oh yeah. I don't think I explained why I play one-handed though. I said I do, but I didn't explain why. Because I'm a bad streamer. My apologies, everyone. I have a physical disability called hemopharesis that actually lowers coordination in my entire right side. As far as my hand goes, basically imagine that one of your hands was wearing a mitten all the time, and that would be about right. So I actually play better one-handed than I do with two. There's like one enemy left. Where'd he go? Shooting his foot. His foot shooting is best shooting. Cool. We got a grenade upgrade. Grenade upgrade gives us another grenade to spare. Grenades are pretty important to the runs. So that's nice. Like right now, we're gonna use it to blow up a whole bunch of guys. Save some time. One thing that does worry me is we're actually very low on shotgun upgrades itself. So we may have to improvise some here. Actually, if we can find one shotgun, we'll be good, which there is a guaranteed drop, so we will reach rank 5, which is what I need. Handicapped? Perhaps. Oh man, every time I actually get a chance to glance at this chat. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's been a great chat. We never thought that we would raise $6,000 in about 8 hours. So
I was very impressed when I got home from work today and noticed it was already past goal. That's crazy.
I mean, originally, I was actually going to open the marathon with a run, then things got shuffled around, but I wound up having to be at the hospital today to support my cousin who's going through some brain surgery. And he's fine, but when I came home, we had already raised about 5K, and I was just blown away.
Alright, so we've got rank 5 shotguns, so we're good. We can shoot things faster, which is a thing we like to do. We like to shoot fast. Yeah. I didn't explain too well with the drifting, I don't think. What I typically hold is up right, and then I hold up left throughout the boost and just steer with the right control stick. And that does give a significant time boost, or speed boost. It's very noticeable. Right now we're going to reload a checkpoint to actually make a few enemies disappear, and bring the convoy that we're escorting up closer, so we have to wait less time for it to get to where it needs to go. It also gets rid of all damage that was done to the convoy, so we don't have to worry about it dying and going splody-splode. Man, these pants are a little bit smooth for soda percent. I do apologize. It's not really holding it in place too well. Alright, if there are donations, this is a good time. We kind of just need to wait for the convoy to catch up.
There are no donations, but you know what? I'm gonna give the chat a hand myself, and even maybe point out some things they could donate to that they might not have noted. So right below the stream, there's a little link to all of the donation opportunities you guys have for the remainder of JRTA. And you know, right now there are some things that have surprisingly low donation totals. Let me just take a quick look here. Right now, the link to the past file name is TAS in the lead with $1. The Legend of Zelda and Zelda 2 have absolutely no donations.
Oh man.
You can have the Legend of Zelda file name for $1. $1 and a pun.
Oh man, $1 and a pun. How can you resist that? And I am planning on liquidating my assets from this run.
Your assets or your arse?
My arsets. So you can actually cancel reload animations as well by just switching weapons and switching right back, and the animation for the reload will be skipped, and you have a fully reloaded weapon. No problem.
Oh, that's neat. So it's kind of unlike Halo or other third-person shooters where when you cancel, you don't actually get the reload.
Yeah, you get the reload. They're very nice about this, which is great since, like, say, the rocket launcher and shotgun have fairly long reload animations, and you can just skip that problem with them entirely. Oh, cool. We already got that. That's cool. So we did actually use a melee attack to hurt things there. To take down that Romanov, which is the name of those larger gray robots. And down nice and swiftly. Let's see, we need to upgrade that. Okay. I'm picking up a few things here, just because you can, and it's a good idea. Get a few upgrades and whatnot. Now we're going to be on an elevator. Good old elevator times. And we're going to yell at our teammates.
Is the elevator a good time to talk?
Sure.
So, you know, I actually just had a question for you. How did you come by Vanquish? It's probably the newest game we have in JRTA. And I'm always curious as to people pick up newer games for running.
Oh, well, how I pick video games for speedruns is I basically say, hey, I really like this game. I would like to go fast in it. So that's how how I picked up the game. Actually, an interesting story. First time I played this game, I did not like it. I just did not like it because I was bad. I didn't really get the movement or the movement system at all. I thought it handled a lot like a typical third-person shooter, which was kind of disappointing. I actually bought this game on a whim when I was buying Bayonetta and noticed it had the same developer. And then I gave it one try, let it sit for a few months, and then picked it up again, and it became one of my favorite games. So.
Alright, finally, thank you to Woolagin,
who
gave us a $50 donation, and he says, I've had the stream open in a tab all day. Hopefully I've got enough juice to stay awake for the run. See if you can tease out all of my puns. By the way, it really burns me that this game got cut from AGDQ.
I love Woolagin so much. He's the best. If you guys don't follow Woolagin, you should. Okay, so now we're going to do a boss fight. There's a lot of things he can do to mess you up, but we're going to just stun him with an EMP, and it's going to be fine, basically. Just take him down with a shotgun. Okay, and that's the boss fight. We skipped a 20-second long QTE by doing a lot of damage to him while he was stunned. So we kind of skipped the point where he would get to do that. Oh yes, and at this point, we had actually seen the scientist we were here to save, which Burns did not know about, and he's very jealous. He's just very jealous that we're here for another man, and he can't quite handle it emotionally, and so we had a little couple fight here in the dialogue. Alright, so another elevator, because why not more elevators?
I actually had a quick thought, and I had to go look something up. So this is an over-the-top futuristic game where you play as a cybernetically enhanced person that keeps getting yelled at by someone named Sam.
No.
It was indeed made by Platinum.
It was indeed made by Platinum. It did not sell well. It was not very well promoted. Sega basically did not promote it at all, because that's what Sega likes to do when they release an actually good game, I guess, these days. And it was released around the same time as like Arkham Asylum and other games that were very well promoted. Chad is really loving the arse pun, I gotta say. Alright. So you'll notice I'm often shooting grenades to make them explode sooner. It also makes them explode larger and for more damage. And, you know, just getting them to explode in a place that you want them to actually explode. And so go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say we have a donation, but if you want to talk. They didn't, right?
No, I can't even remember now. Go ahead.
Well, alright then. We have a $5 donation from Nibiki, I'm going to say. Sorry, my pronunciation is not so great. But anyway, $5 donation, and he says, have some cash, it was burning a hole in my pants anyway.
Okay. I kinda messed this strategy up a little. We should be alright though. Maybe. If I can actually move properly. Oh wow. QTEs, he wants to bite us. Cause we're that sexy. It was totally a love bite he was going for.
Yeah, this is definitely a platinum game.
Very much a platinum game. It just oozes platinum. And because of that, of course, it has an unrealistically difficult setting that you can try, called God Hard. Not a whole lot of people have managed to beat God Hard. I'll say it's one of the hardest things I've ever attempted, and I have no qualms in admitting I have not beaten it myself. I have gotten to the final boss fight, and I pretty much, after several hundred tries, decided it was just keeping me from speedrunning the game, and started speedrunning instead. But God Hard is absolutely insane. So many things kill you in one hit. You have like 1/4 of the boost and slow-mo meter. Let's see here. Your weapons don't get upgraded at all. Let's see here. There's a lot of other stuff too. Like there are more difficult enemy spawns. It's crazy times. Yes, Burns, go, go, go. So, this is the favorite part of a speedrun for anyone, because this is basically a 9-minute auto-scroller. Who's hyped for the 9 minutes of auto-scrolling? I am. Which kind of makes it worth noting, fortunately and unfortunately, that there are no real major skips in this game. You pretty much have to play through the entire game. Which is good because I really like playing this game, but bad because then I also have to do a long auto-scroller like this one.
Well, we're in an auto-scroller anyway. I actually missed it myself, and I've seen a few people ask in chat, what difficulty is the run on?
So we are running the game on casual difficulty. So if chat wants to call me a dirty casual now, go ahead. But then, you know, just watch the rest of the run with an open mind. I choose casual difficulty. It's the equivalent of easy on their setting. They just want to make you feel a little bit ashamed. Basically, for the pace of the run, on higher difficulties, enemies have noticeably a lot more health, which you basically just end up, you know, doing the same thing a lot more and slower if you're playing on a higher difficulty. And hard in particular would not be marathon safe. Normal just adds nothing to the run. You do almost the same strats, but slower. There's really no reason to run it on normal.
Well, I guess that means that if this run and the chat don't step it up with the donations, you're going to be a casualty.
But there are plenty of reasons why not to play it on a harder difficulty. I'll admit I did post it in the AGDQ thread why. The round 2 cuts. But since this was, as of now, cut. Thank you, Vooligen. They're basically shit speedruns. Legitimate challenges. And I'm sorry for swearing, but it's 4:30. It's past 4:30 a.m. I think we're probably okay, right?
Oh, well, it's 10 a.m. in Europe, but I mean, every now and then it's practically PG-13.
Okay. But just bad speedruns. It's slow-paced. It's an interesting challenge to play it on a harder difficulty, but it's not that interesting to watch. I honestly keep in mind mostly the entertainment of the viewer. See, someone's saying that second train went upside down, but we might have gone upside down, and that's really cool. So you can smoke cigarettes, and Sam knows that smoking cigarettes is bad, so he tries to smoke all of the cigarettes in the world, so no one else has to smoke them. He's very noble.
I was going to say something, but I can't stop laughing.
So we're just gonna smoke. Oh wait, we have to get the camera glitch. This is very important for RNG manipulation, or the run is obviously just dead. So come on, let's get it. Oh, I had it. Come on. So we get a slow one, but it's still good enough to manipulate the RNG.
Sam is most definitely down to the cause of the Prevent Cancer Foundation.
Yes.
He will prevent cancer by making sure there are no cigarettes left in the universe.
Yep. He's pretty good at that. For do a little bit of real talk, there is an actual purpose to smoking a cigarette, but you have to let him throw it, and I tend to cancel the animation. And but if you let him throw it, it actually distracts robotic enemies, which is pretty much all the enemies, for a short period of time. So it's pretty cool. And there's only one place I actually use that, but it's important where I do. Alright.
So I can't imagine how they would even work with a game like this, but are we going to see any stealth sections in Vanquish?
Yes. Technically. It is a combination of everyone's favorite things. There is a stealth Autoscroller section.
Well, is there an escort involved?
No. I think we're all done with escorting. Except for the fact that Burns, our true love, he actually triggers many of the checkpoints, so we actually have to wait for him because we just can't move on without Burns in our heart. Oh darn. Sometimes you can spawn on the side of this transport ship and do funny things with Sam's ankle, but instead we'll just make him dance.
So how far into the Autoscroller are we?
We're about halfway or a little more. So yeah, like you would think that other part was the end of the Autoscroller, but no. Let's just put two sections together that are Autoscrollers. Stealth Autoscroller Escort Permadeath. Why don't we have that as a game? It's a good time, I guess, to explain again why I play one-handed. Just because I'm seeing it being asked in chat. Okay, wait, Buljan answered. Sort of. Yes, I literally always play with one hand. Due to a physical disability with lowering coordination on my right side. My mitten hand. I just realized how much more adorable that makes my disability sound. Just imagine wearing a mitten at all times. Oh. Okay, there's just a little bit longer, so we're going to get a sweet upskirt shot because this is JRTA. Yeah. Check that out. Oh my god, Vulcan, am I saying that I'm half-coordinated? Oh man. I had never thought about that when I picked this name.
Ba-dam, bam, ba-dam, bam. That's all, folks.
Oh man. Okay. So we have been upgrading the rocket launcher for the section that's coming up here. So we can actually hopefully get a QTE skip on an Argus fight that's going to be up in a little bit. Because upgrading the rocket launcher to rank 3 gives you a 20% damage increase, which is necessary. Alright. So this Romanov wants to slide at us, but we have a rocket and he becomes sad and dead. So it's okay.
So, what happens when you finish the soda?
I'm trying to drink it kind of slowly. I would just continue to hold the bottle. Oh man. Okay, we got a bad pattern on this first Argus. There are actually 2 of them here. Or it decided to play nice here. Good. So, gonna shoot multiple rockets at its face because we don't like it and it doesn't like us. It's kind of a mutual dislike thing going on. It's very adorable. It's not like Burns, where Burns is just tsundere for us. It's just hate. We just hate each other. Okay, it's the last rocket. Now we get a nice little QTE, where we're going to do something that's very silly, if you ask me. Okay, so we're gonna drill through this robot by spinning, because why not? And I would just say because platinum, really. That's why we get to drill through it by spinning. Let's see. So now we're gonna make this Argus fall down, and I'm gonna need some silence because it's actually pretty difficult to try and get the QTE skip. I can't guarantee it. So. Okay. Oh, I might have stopped a little bit far away from it. We'll see. I got it. Yes. Okay, so I had to reload cancel all 3 shots of the rocket launcher, as well as boost just right and in time, very quickly, to right under that core, and start firing the shotgun. If I didn't reload cancel the rocket launcher, at least one of the shots, it would have hit him during his invincibility frames, so it wouldn't have worked. And if you do not get up to start shooting him with a shotgun very quickly, he actually gets up sooner than if you actually start doing damage to him. So.
Real quick, I just want to go back to that spinning through the robot thing. Does it have a name in game?
No.
Because I really want that to be called Friction Burns.
Friction Burns. Yes, mine is the drill that pierces the Argus heavens. So now we're waiting for Burns, because, again, we just can't go on in life without Burns. Oh man, Earth Defense Force 2025 at the next JRTA, what do you guys think? Have you guys seen that game?
No, I have not.
You're basically destroying a whole bunch of gigantic insects. For about 7 hours, though. So it'd have to be... I don't know. I don't think so. 6 hours of shooting ants sounds amazing. Yeah, so we can be very sad now and imagine that Burns isn't here by making him disappear. We're so lonely. So alone. EDF 2025 is so good. And yes, I am a speed punk. Oh man, could I do a shameless plug actually? Is that possible?
Sure.
Because whenever I hit 500 followers, I'm planning to do a all-day marathon of Robot Alchemic Drive and EDF 2025, which are by the same developer. So it'd be the Sandlot-a-thon. That's a shameless plug right there. So shameless. No shame in this man right now.
Come on, Chad. You got to punish him for that.
Alright, so we have the lock-on laser again. We're going to use it to clear out these enemies. Basically, a lock-on laser is really good when there's a fairly decent number of enemies over a large area, in particular, since otherwise it would be very time-consuming to cover that space with regular, non-homing bullets. Okay, we've gotten everybody. He dropped hand grenades because he loves us. And, yeah. So, weapon drops are mostly random. So that's actually a pretty important note. So you actually have to plan around what you've actually gotten so far. So you can end up not having grenades or not getting enough upgrades for a certain thing. And you just need to be able to adapt to that. Okay, so melee dashing, because punching to go fast. And kicking to go fast. Oh man. Punches and kicks. We're true martial artists, you guys. So we're just gonna skip past all those enemies there. And then we're gonna just dodge for a little bit after this cutscene. Alright, so now we're going to reload this checkpoint. It gets rid of, like, a whole bunch of enemies. And, again, it brings Burns close to us because he kind of runs slow. And we forgive him for that by reloading checkpoints. It actually, literally, that saves about 2 minutes. Just reloading that one checkpoint. Because of how slowly Burns and the other Marines move. Oh shoot, upgrade. I did not get upgrade. It's okay, we'll live. Didn't even notice it. Oh god. Oh god, Sloop, why? I think I know what I'm going to be doing next weekend.
There you go, you got the famed Sloop bump.
Oh, that was a very clever pun there. If Burns had a bachelor's, would he have first-degree burns? That's so good. Alright, so there's a small skip that we can get here. It basically just skips a small cutscene and allows us to move again quicker just by drifting, because the game doesn't expect you to move that fast. I'm too fast for game. Pretty cool. Alright. So now, there's going to be a bunch of enemies here, and we're going to be doing lock-on laser shenanigans. And we're also going to try and get some good grenade tosses in. There's going to be a whole bunch of enemies that spawn on the higher level that we can't quite reach. But, of course, grenades can reach where we cannot. So, they will hopefully be our savior. Did not get everybody, unfortunately. So we have to still take out a few of them here. So we're going to switch back to the rocket launcher for the next little bit right here. Shooting the rocket launcher into these pods that are releasing these Romanovs actually prevents a second wave of Romanovs from spawning, which of course saves time. Now we're going to see a new enemy called the BIA, or the BIA. And, yeah. That was the BIA, it's dead. So... pick up another rocket launcher. We're going to temporarily get rid of the assault rifle. One of the only times we drop it in the run. Of course I can do the math for you. All the money. Let's see. So now we're gonna try and blow up this guy's flame pack or whatever, and it did not kill all of them for some reason because the game is being coy. Alright, and that makes this little thing available to shoot. It's pretty important, because it is the actual boss. This is the end of the second act. Reloading this checkpoint actually skips another wave of enemies, and allows us, and makes the next head of the jamming array available to shoot almost immediately. So that saves a lot of time. We're gonna do it again. Okay. And just one more head of the whatchamabobble jamming array to go. Okay. And now would actually be a good time for questions or talking or whatever, since there's going to be some cutscenes. We're just going to be next to our first love burns.
Why did Isaac Clarke just shoot GLaDOS?
GLaDOS got an upgrade, I think, as far as size goes. But I don't even have a good answer.
Well, if we have a few minutes, I guess I could talk about a few things, if you don't mind.
Okay, it has to be kind of quick at this point, though.
Okay, well, real quick, after this great Vanquish run, we have a Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi run by Edinal here, and currently he runs and get him to play on Jedi, which is... I played the game casually. Jedi is mind-numbingly difficult. Should be an amazing run. Let's see if we can make it happen.
You got a problem with games being on easy? I'm kidding, guys. I'm sure that'll be really hype. Definitely try and get that met. Let's see here. Okay, so we're going to get more enemies to spawn faster by going to the bottom of this stairway. Shotgun this guy's back, actually take out 2 enemies at once. Boost on up, take out this Romanov by blasting his back. Then we're gonna take out some more of these Gorgies, which is the name for the small robots, by the way. I never mentioned that. And there's gonna be a whole bunch of these guys. I do wish I could have the lock-on laser here, but I do need to have the rocket launcher for upcoming segments. And I do see one actually just spawned, which is really cool. I can probably abuse that pretty hardcore. So we're gonna lock on, wait until they get into an open area, and lock on again because we got stunned. That was kind of foolish. I should have just focused on the enemies that were already in the area. But it'll be okay.
I will say it is really cool that you know all the names of the enemies, because again, it was pointed out before earlier in the marathon, but a lot of times when you run a game, you sort of just focus on what's important to the run, and everything else.
Oh, it kind of helps that when you kill an enemy, the name of it pops up on the side on the score thing that my hand cam is covering.
Oh yeah, well, that would
I'm totally cheating.
It's also nice that we get to see the names of the enemies before you vanquish them.
Okay. So we do a backflip kick here. Take out that guy. It's amazing. Oh man, feels so cool right now. Then we have to wait for Burns to say something. He might have already said it. Hopefully he did. He did. So we're good to go. Took out some more roam knobs because we don't like them, they don't like us. Oh man, there's a little bit more waiting. Just a little bit here. My apologies. A little walk and talk section. I just noticed none of the Marines made it through the door. I'm apparently alone. So it's so cold here out in space. I'm so lonely. So here's part of the reason that we have the rocket launcher hung onto that, so we can quickly take out this little wave of enemies here. Speeds that up quite a bit. We didn't get super good luck in that we still have to shoot a few more of the Gorgies.
I mean, aside from enemies grouping up when you want to hit them with grenades or rockets, how much RNG or luck is involved in this round?
I like with the upgrade drops; those are actually random. You can't. So missing one can be pretty bad if you want to actually keep getting upgrades too. They're random, but they're sort of set. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically, if one drops in a certain area, but one could drop in the next area, it most likely won't drop the next mission because you just got one, that type of deal, or one just dropped. So if you miss one, there won't be another upgrade drop for a good while. One just dropped right now. And then there's grenades. Grenades save a lot of time, as I'm sure you could tell from watching where I've used them. Those are completely random. There are no guaranteed grenade drops in the game. You could literally not get any drops for just several acts in a row. And it has happened to me before. It makes me sad, but it's happened. And then sometimes just enemy patterns, going behind stuff you can't really shoot, and if Burns decides to actually run quickly or not. Which Burns is actually moving fairly quickly right now, so that's nice. Switching back to the lock-on laser for very far away from now. Yes, I need to stay hydrated somehow. So big thanks to everyone that donated for this incentive so I can stay hydrated. Also, right now we're going to try and give everybody some kisses, if we can. Oh man, the screen's shaking so you can't quite see it. Oh, Sam, you're so passionate. Okay. Okay, so we looked away from the Marines there because they're shy and they tend to get on the elevator faster if you don't look at them. But you would have to wait for them to either get on the elevator or despawn and then appear on the outside of the elevator at the top.
To be completely fair to the Marines, I'm not entirely sure I'd get on the elevator with a vibrating man either, so...
Fair enough. Alright, so we're waiting for burns and enemy spawn. I believe they're behind there. That's everybody. Oh boy. Ooh. Lock on laser height. Partial upgrade height. I'm not gonna get a full upgrade from picking up lock on lasers, unfortunately. So this section here, I basically need to wait for this block in front of me to disappear or slide off. So I'm not going to worry about trying to kill the enemies too fast or waste resources. I'm just going to use the standard assault rifle and pew-pew at them slowly.
In other words, you're taking your sweet arse time.
I am. Oh man. Sneeze on your soda percent. I hope everyone enjoyed that sound. We need some more donation funds to get Jedi Mitt. It's pretty important, in my opinion.
I mean, it's hard to get an incentive met at 6 a.m. admittedly. You can't really force it.
Or can we?
Nah, force it.
Oh well.
They're just not hitting today.
Not hitting. We're swinging. They're swinging. They're not even swinging. They're standing at the base. Just looking at us like, what do you expect me to do? Swing this bat? No. I'm done. 6 a.m. Alright, so here is the very hype Autoscroller stealth section. Just get hype for that, guys, yeah. So it means we're gonna kiss you guys a lot, because Sam loves everyone watching right now. Oh. Oh, chat. He's practicing for burns, but he really cares about you two. Yep, so there isn't a whole lot to really say or do in this particular section. I mostly mess around, make Sam smoke all the cigarettes, do kissy face, some porn stuff. Because we can't have anyone else getting that cancer. Making Solid Snake look like a slouch with this smoking. Yeah. So this is the sniper melee attack. You'll never get to see it again in the round.
Why does he do a pirouette with the sniper rifle?
The melee attacks don't really make sense to the weapons they're assigned to, really. There's no real reason since you do not really hit with the weapon, but it was a nice way, I guess, for them to make the melee attacks intuitive yet simple. That way it's always just a single button command. They really wanted the shooting to be the focus. I do wish they didn't lock on so strongly, because the enemy could be directly behind you, off camera, and if the melee attack can reach it, you will lock on to them. If it was not, it would be nice if it would only lock on to enemies that are technically on screen. But I guess that's too much to ask for. Right. Not too much more now. Let's get a little kissy face action. Oh. This run was scheduled to start at 4:20. So let's just smoke all of it. All the cigarettes, quote unquote. Oh wow, I actually got spotted. Best stealth section, getting spotted. I'm so good, you guys. I have world record.
So, what does getting spotted in the Autoscroller actually do?
You see the monorail health bar at the top? Missiles will be fired at the monorail. If I had not destroyed the spotlight in time. Right, so we gotta blow up this bridge barricade thing, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna ignore all of the enemies because we don't care about them, we're just here to make things explode.
I do like that Sam observes public safety laws and makes sure to go over and around the tracks instead of straight across them.
Yes. Let's see here. So we're gonna pick up this heavy machine gun. We're gonna pick it back up, back up the lock-on laser later. But this is still an auto-scroller, so we're not gonna waste resources on this mini boss fight. This vulture here, that's the name of this enemy. There are some unique things about the vulture, but you don't really get to see one of the coolest features in this fight, since he doesn't have a place to land. Right. Now we're going to yell at all of our marine friends and see how many Jamadas we can get off. This is very important RNG manipulation. Fulgen, it's actually Sam that's saying it, but I don't know whatever Jamada Uchimizo means. You know, it's very important. We got a whole lot of Jamadas in there, like a pro.
So how many acts does the game have in total?
5. We are in the 3rd. So we've got a little ways yet. I think we're about halfway through the 3rd. So we have to get on that Creon, or as we like to call it, the Crayon, because why not? The Crayola, actually. That's the nickname for it, is the Crayola. It's going to color us with its yellow energy beam. Very aggressive color. Yep. Funny thing is, so he does say "get out of the way" in English, and in German he says "aus dem Weg," which is very hilarious and typically the language of choice for marathons for that reason. However, when you translate "aus dem Weg" to Japanese and then back to English, you get the off-road. Which is... it's amusing.
The off-road.
The off-road. Which, it's probably just wrong word choice in the translation, and order of words as well. I was not supposed to get off of the turret yet. World record pace.
Oh, well, there you go. Being the JRTA marathon, we of course have a few people in chat who speak Japanese.
Of course!
And apparently what he's saying is, you're in the way and you'll be shot. Which makes perfect sense.
It does! Okay. Shinazo. Okay, so now we gotta give the Creon a little foot ache. So we're gonna get over there. Make it regret having a foot. And for having 64 colors. Too many colors. Sam is actually from DARPA. He's not military himself.
I'm both curious and scared to ask what DARPA is.
It's actually a real organization. It's the United States research organization. Like, you know, a lot of those walking robots and stuff. DARPA made those.
I learned something today.
Yeah. There you go. And the space station this is taking place on is, in the game, considered to be like the 51st state, pretty much. How did he learn to slide around on his knees? Magical arse. He slides around in his arse. It's all good. Okay. So we've got another little autoscroller section, but this is the most passionate autoscroller section of all. We get the most kissy face for our dollar. Oh, Sam. Sam. Oh, someone had to shoot at us and ruin the moment. Oh man, chat answered what DARPA actually stands for, because I didn't actually know.
Defense Advanced Projects Research Agency.
But what matters right now is the research into Sam's passion. Oh, Sam. So what's actually happening here, if I don't want to spoil it too much, but if you cancel the animation for smoking, the facial animation does not cancel. So that's why we're getting this beautiful kissy face action.
Well, I mean, it's a Japanese game. I just wasn't questioning it.
You could say, like, he was thinking about smoking, and then he realized how much that might hurt us as we care about him, and he wants to kiss us instead. That's totally what's happening, right? Okay. So now we're gonna have a fight with the weird thing that was kind of crawling around. I don't know if you guys were able to even notice it because I was too focused on Kissy Face, but which I don't know if there's really that's an actual thing, being too focused on Kissy Face. But anyway, a lot of people have a lot of trouble the first time they fight the unknown, but we just boost kicked him, stun him with EMP grenade, and it's down. Sam does care. Sam cares so much.
And knowing is the entire battle.
That's fairly accurate in this situation. So there's some shotgunners, shotgun gorgies here. We're just gonna wreck them. It's fine. I could have just blown them all up with a regular grenade there, but grenades are very precious, and I can't guarantee that I would, you know, get more, even though some spawned right there in that box right after. So I feel a little foolish, but it's too late now. We've done it already. So it was possible to skip this particular laser beam, but then we wouldn't be able to skip the next one, and skipping the next one is safer. So, you know, if you're gonna skip something, do the safe one. It's much more guaranteed. And you can't skip both. So we skip one cycle here. Oh man. Pew pew pew. Let's see here. We're actually doing very good on resources though. So I've gotten good upgrades on the EMP grenades and the regular grenades. The shotgun is kind of low on upgrades, but we'll fix that over time. Yes, safe strats that are just as fast as riskier strats. How dare I? So let's see here. Toss a grenade. I'm not gonna shoot it this time, we're gonna let it do its grenade-y job. Oh, there's a rocket launcher. I can't pick it up. Oh shoot. I threw the grenade over their head. I'm gonna go pick up the rocket launcher actually. Dang. So I got hit by the Argus in the middle of that. Kind of a shame. This fight went awful. I have no problem admitting that. Not at all. But we will be fine in the end. I was too close since I had tried to pick up the rocket launcher for the grenade strat to work properly. I would highly recommend doing a playthrough of this on your own. One, so you can know the true love between Sam and Burns, but also just because it's a damn good game, and people should play damn good games. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this upgrade. I normally wouldn't, but we're a little behind on upgrades. So. Are people asking about other games I've run? Let's see. My first speed game was Rage, the game by the makers of Doom and Quake. I run EDF 2025, technically. Don't do too many runs of that because of how long it is. Proxy Blade Zero, it's a little indie game. Let's see, Oniken. Any game I speedrun, I do play one-handed, though. At one point I did speedrun Guacamelee, but I was never good at it.
Well, unfortunately, it's not on our schedule anyway.
How dare you not have a Canadian game about Mexican culture in your JRTA marathon? You know, right? Just seems like the perfect game for the theme. Alright, so we're ruining a dance party right here because we don't want anyone else to have style and fun. Alright, now we get to count. So we're going to count how many pieces fall here, up to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. And then we start charging up that melee attack. Shotgun melee does a whole bunch of damage when charged up, and that unknown fight goes even faster than the other one.
So can you charge up all melee attacks, or?
No, just that one. And you're actually resistant to certain types of damage while you're charging it. So you can actually get in some enemies' faces and just charge it up. It is Canada Dry.
Alright, yeah, that might be the best soda pun we've got.
Alright.
Astrology has set the bar, chat.
Oh man. Alright, so that's the end of Act 3. We are now in Act 4. Getting in that home stretch. Well, not quite in the home stretch, but still. And now for the reason that we've had the lock-on laser for, you know, over half of the last act without ever firing it. Is this mission right here. So there's a lot of spread out enemies, and we can take them out nice and smoothly with the lock-on laser. And it makes everybody happy. Except maybe the robots. Maybe they enjoy their robotic lives ending. I don't know. You know? Who's to say that this isn't what they want? And I'm just doing them, you know, a solid bro move by destroying them. So we're going to pick up the LFE gun, which shoots a giant ball of energy that goes through walls. It's pretty neat, but it's not very practical in most situations, as it's very slow firing and slow moving. But it's going to let us do a very cool strat coming up in a little while. Right now we're going to use it to take out the enemies on these walkers nice and easily. Also destroyed that one walker, can't use that now. Let's see here. that. Use the walker to take out those Arguses. Oh man, can I get a pib? Alright. So in this little section that's going to come up here, once the store actually opens, you know, when Burns gets close enough and they let me move. Yeah, waiting for the store. It's a cool door. We hang out a lot.
Looks like the kind of door I'd hang out with.
Yeah. Anyway, I want you guys to watch the radar in the top right, because you're not actually going to see the enemies die. I'm going to shoot through this bridge and kill a whole bunch of enemies without ever seeing them. So it's one of the coolest strats, really, that you don't really get to see it be cool. Unfortunately, is the strat that we need, but okay. Let's pick up a rocket launcher. Then, hopefully, it took out both of the Romanovs at once. I spy an upgrade over there. We're very close to having full upgrade for shotgun, which will mean we'll be firing 50% faster, which is very nice. We've actually been very dry on the upgrades. And there is a shotgun. So yes, we have full upgrades. Nice. Switch off of the rocket launcher. We will pick another one up in just a little bit. But right now, we need to make sure that we have a heavy machine gun. Even though we're going to be firing exclusively with the lock-on laser right here. For this little bit here. I actually picked up the heavy machine gun for its melee attack, which is a backflip, which you can slow down time during. So we're going to do some neat stuff with that.
I have to say, I have become a fan of Vanquish over this run. I like this game. It's not afraid to ask the tough questions, like, is assisted robot suicide okay? And how far is too far for your power metal slide?
These are very important questions to ask. So we're doing backflip rocket shots, and it's freaking awesome. Yep. Another thing, too, that I didn't really mention is there's a trick called fire canceling. If you're holding down the fire button of a rapid fire weapon and you switch to another weapon, that weapon will fire instantly without any switching animation. And it's pretty cool. It's actually based on the fire rate, so as the shotgun gets upgraded, it actually gets better at it, for example. It just really wasn't promoted well, it is sad. But I'm glad to hear it's getting some more fans. It needs them fans. I mean, if you guys are like such serious fans of the game, you could totally go to the SDA second cuts thread, talk about how cool it is. I'm not saying you should or anything, but you know, that's a thing. It's a thing you can do.
Well,
go ahead.
we actually have a $3 donation that's probably going to need an explanation.
Okay.
But we have $3 from Grumfaloon, who says, "Take me to the penguins, half."
Okay, when I used to speedrun Monkey Ball, Grom has been a long-time viewer of me. The only thing he really cared for was when you get into the 30s of that game, like the 30 floors, where there are penguins in the background. And that would explain that. Alright.
I have to be completely honest with you. I'm incredibly disappointed that we're not going to get to see penguins in this game.
We are not. This game is penguinless. If there was ever going to be a sequel, that would be the first thing I would hope they would add. Okay. So a cool thing about the buzzard, I called it a vulture earlier, is that if you do a melee attack on its arm, it actually doesn't overheat you. So I just got to do 2 melee attacks instead of just 1. I don't know why it is. Maybe with the melee hit detection, they just made that not count, other than doing the damage. But that's just how it works. Alright. Go. Just gonna shoot some robots like we have been. Have you guys noticed we've been shooting robots? Did we mention that? I think we have mentioned that I'm shooting robots. It's mostly of what I'm doing, really. Oh man. I got hit because no actual audio cue for me. I'm listening to all the audio with a 2-second delay because capture card. Okay. Oh, hopefully he doesn't move too much. He did move too much. That's okay though, I know there's another rocket just waiting around the corner for us. So I spotted it earlier, you guys. From my vision. And stuff. Okay, so this is the last Argus fight. Spoiler alert, I guess. Didn't really. It goes much faster since we haven't fully upgraded shotgun and just in general. So we still do the first hit with a rocket, but after that, it's all about the shotgun. And this Argus has a nasty surprise. He shoots like a giant insta-kill death beam at you, kills you no matter the difficulty. But if you stand right under him, he cannot hit you with it, so it's all okay. Vulgin's being such a bro, explaining my situation in the chat. Fool a bro, best bro. Okay. So now there's gonna be 2 Bias. Oh man. We're gonna abuse the fact that we have a rocket launcher because that's what you should do when you have a rocket launcher, is abuse the fact that you have one. Apparently the first shot of the rocket launcher missed, which is very unfortunate, but we can make do with that. And they dropped another rocket launcher for me because Bias care. Warm mitten on hand syndrome. Oh man, that's so much cooler than hemoporesis. Binary Domain is also a pretty good game. A lot of people compare these 2 games, but I don't think that's too fair. Vanquish is so much more fast-paced. I just actually used the actual reason for using a cigarette there to distract the enemies, so I could quickly just boost right through without taking damage. Using things for their intended purposes. This is shameful, I'm sure. Oh man. Alright, now we're gonna reload a checkpoint to bring Burns closer to us so we can finally be happy again. Even a penguin in Nisus. Oh man, that's pretty cool too. Yeah. Alright, switch weapons. Give them a good old-fashioned shotgun to the face. I just realized the controller is probably going off camera so many times because I keep sliding over to the side. My apologies, everyone. Man, so now we're gonna wait for the Marines to catch up to us and Burns. This is why we reloaded that checkpoint, because otherwise we'd be waiting another solid minute. Oh man, my mitten hand is actually getting sore from gripping the soda. So I don't really have good control over the grip strength, so just overdoes it. Oh man. Sentence Sloop, how you guys doing? Putting you on the spot.
I'm desperately trying to come up with a pun about grip strength and soda brands, but it's just not coming. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
Well, you Sierra, that's chance sorely missed it. So. Okay, so this is the Crystal Viper. He's kind of a mean guy, so we beat him up with bullets. It was an extreme reach. You're very right, Vulcan. I apologize to everyone. Everyone in the world, I apologize to you. It was extremely bad. Okay. Alright, so shooting through the wall with the MP here. I'm gonna go back. Or the LFE, excuse me. Go back, pick back up that gun. Zoomy slide. But it is a green bottle. Oh man. The mysteries.
Will anybody be able to correctly identify your beverage before the run ends?
Will they? I don't know if they have or not. Rocket launcher. Oh man. That's a lucky drop. Gotta say. Alright, so we're gonna fight another unknown. Similar strats going on here. I almost thought I was too late on the melee charge. That was kind of scary. And this is the end of Act 4. So there's one more act left, and it is definitely the shortest act. So here we go. There's only 3 missions in it. Oh man, it's a Brannigan. Boy, so like Burns is left behind from now. We're on our own. We're trying to make it on our own without Burns at this point. It's kind of rough, but you know. ASCII whale sounds like a good explanation of anything, in my opinion. So we're gonna use this rocket launcher on this buzzard, because why wouldn't we? Right, and killing this buzzard. Oh god. I accidentally kicked the wrong enemy, because lock on. It was happened to be slightly closer to me. Killing that buzzard triggers another checkpoint, so we actually reload that to have all the other enemies that had spawned disappear. And then we're gonna get behind this guy as he gets up, so we can take him out before he can really do anything. Alright, hopefully we get the phase-in skip here, this bridge. Oh, we got it. We're beautiful. Didn't have to wait for anything on that bridge. You have to go very fast to get past the enemies that are getting teleported in before they spawn. Otherwise you have to wait for the spawn to finish. Saves a few solid seconds. Oh man, D. Tim Clark, that was impressive. Only you had donated it so everyone would hear it.
No, I can't read it if you don't donate it.
Didn't you like mine?
I did like yours too. Yours was,
the best one. I agree.
Alright, all those enemies are down. Anti-armor pistol, dang it. It's a DLC weapon. There are 3 DLC weapons, which I do not use in this category. This is the no DLC category. I still have them installed though. And they can randomly drop in weapon crates, as well as having a few set locations they spawn. Oh man, you guys better get in on those squirt puns. Alright, so we're thinking, you know, it's bad news, there's a lot of interference, we don't know what's going on. Hope things are gonna be okay for Sam. Tune in next episode when this door opens. Alright, since we are getting towards the end of the game, actually I'll explain it after I finish off this fight here. There's going to be another Crystal Viper, whom we are going to shoot in his butt. We're butt shooting and crotch shooting, because we can. And let's be honest, if you can butt and crotch shoot, why would you do otherwise? These are important questions. So, I play one-handed once again, because I have a physical disability called hemophoresis that lowers coordination on my entire right side, including my hand, so I actually play games better one-handed. The soda part is kind of just for fun, and because why not? And yeah, just imagine if you were wearing a mitten at all times on one of your hands, and that's about how much coordination my right hand has. So, this is going to be really sad, you guys. It's going to be hard for me to deal with it. I hope you can bear with me. It's just very sad.
Are we losing Burns?
It's worse than that. It's worse than just losing Burns. You see, behind this door is the scientist we were there to save. And, well, Burns doesn't like that. So he actually kills the scientist, and now we have to fight Burns to the death. So Burns is a traitor to us. It's very, very sad times. I don't know how we will make it through, but I believe in us, chat. I believe we can make it. Oh man, he keeps blocking my kicks. Stop blocking my kicks with the shield. How am I supposed to do extra damage to you if you don't let me hurt you? Jeez. Oh man. Kappa raid. Oh my god. So, go ahead.
For all our affection, we only got Burns.
We did get Burns. And there is an upgrade drop, so we will actually have more rocket launcher ammo. So when you pick up an upgrade, it also refills the ammo for that weapon. So that's what I'll be using that for. Normally, if I needed to do damage to him otherwise, I would have to use slow-mo because bullets travel very awkwardly in this particular section without slow-mo. But it is an auto-scroller, so you want to minimize your slow-mo use. So, yeah. And there's going to be a shotgun a drop before I need it, so I'm just going to get a few shots in with that. Actually, you know what? We have to get our last few SIGs in.
He did better in combat because he keeps putting the helmet down.
Yep, it's pretty smart. He just hates those cigarettes that much. Willing to risk it. Alright. So I actually couldn't even kill Burns yet, which is why I wasn't super worried about it. He actually cannot die until he goes through that big door over there. So he's just basically at one hit from death right now. And that's where he stays until he goes through this door, goes up 2 ramps, and then kind of sits down for a second, and then... Okay, so we got Burns. We got him. Thanks to the good luck, we didn't have to use any slowdown, which saved a good amount of time on that auto-scrolly bit. So, final boss time. You will recognize this boss. It is actually 2 bogeys, which was the boss of the first act, but, you know, 2 of them, because why not? Because Japan. We're gonna have to go with the blue guy this time, I believe, for the first one.
Oh, wow, they are actually named Bogey Alpha and Bogey Bravo.
Yes, they certainly are. So we can't kill the first bogey until we do a QTE. The QTE actually takes it out. And I would be getting ready-ish on time. Oh shoot. Okay. I accidentally switched weapons there when I did not mean to. We are now doing the final QTE. Game just has to end with a QTE because Platinum Games loves their QTEs. Thankfully all the QTEs are like always the same and they're very simple, and so you don't really feel too cheapened by them.
You know, for a Platinum game, that felt like a very tame final boss.
That's just how amazing we are. Alright. So we've got to hit him up to 3 times. Done. Time.
Alright. I got you at 146.03.
That is soda percent world record.
Nice.
Nice.
We got it.
We are in
Marathon
there,
first.
guys. We got a marathon record.
Like I said, I do normally play one-handed, but I brace the controller with the right hand normally, which does add a little bit of stability.
Very impressive still.
Yes. But, so I would like to say thank you so much for letting me run this in this marathon. It's been a blast. I had a lot of fun doing it with you guys. I was very surprised that I even got accepted into it, just because it's not a well-known game and I'm not the most well-known runner, so I do really appreciate the chance.
And also, you're going to be doing your marathon, or the 500 followers special, next weekend.
Apparently? Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
because we
happening.
got you over 500 followers.
Oh my god, thank you everyone. That is the most followers I've ever gotten at once. In fact, what's the viewer count?
Right now it's about 2,300.
Wow. That's over 10 times as many as I've ever played through for, even including, you know, other marathons. So, that's really cool.
Yeah, so please go follow Half Coordinated. And next up we got Idano with Super Star Wars.
Yes,
Return of the Jedi.
I should clarify this is a joke world record. The actual world record, which I do holding the controller like this, so it's still doing one-handed, but, you know, bracing the controller, is 142.07. So...
It's not far off though.
It's not bad, honestly, for a 2-hour run.
No, it's not that bad, and there's a lot of things that you know, you get lucky on, and just stuff that goes right. We actually got most of the stuff pretty well right in this run. I'm pretty happy with it, though. There are a few places where I derped. Not bad.
But yeah,
Alright.
Thanks for, you know, coming out and doing the run, Half Coordinated. It was really great. And thanks for, you know, holding your own on commentary, because Sloop and I are dead. It's like 6 a.m. for me. I think it's like noon for Sloop.
Haven't really slept in 3 days.
Oh man. And yet I gave you my cell number to call me if I didn't wake up. You're the real man, Sloop. would technically count.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to Iranal now and bring him in here, so thank you.
Alright. Have fun watching that Jedi magic.
Hello, Iranal?
And no, you're muted right now.